everyone. Welcome to Everyday Essential series of Shantha Lakshmi IAS Academy. So today let us discuss the topics from 2nd of August 2025. First, we are going to discuss about the VO Chidambaran Report, and second about the National Film Awards, third about the Human Rights Watch, fourth about the UN human rights, and finally country South Africa. So today onwards we are going to deal a mapping of each country irrespective of the context or the country in news. So starting from the African continent and from the South Africa, we'll deal with one country each day. So starting with our first topic, that is the VO Chidambaran port. So why we are discussing about this port? See, this port has become the first Indian port. See, first Indian port for what? To successfully produce the green hydrogen. Successfully produce the green hydrogen and achieve over 1 megawatt of rooftop power generation. So this VOC, that is the earlier it is known as the Tuticorin port, it became the first Indian port to successfully produce the green hydrogen and they achieve over 1 megawatt production of this rooftop power generation. So let's see about this port. So it is earlier known as the Tuticorin port and it is one of the major ports. In India, we have 13 major ports. This is Tuticorin port or the VOC, that is the VO Chidambaran port, is one of these 13 major ports. So now your homework is to look into what are other 12 major ports of India and where are they located and what is the unique specialities of those ports. So it was this particular Tuticorin port was declared as a major port on 11th July 1974 and it is also the second largest port in Tamil Nadu. So it is the second largest port in Tamil Nadu. So what is the first largest port? That is the Chennai port is the first largest port in Tamil Nadu. So here you have got the one major port. So now your homework is to look into the other 11 major ports of India. And it is also the third largest container terminal in India. Third largest container terminal. So here you have to know what are the first and the second largest container terminals of India. These are your homeworks. You have to do it on your own. What are the first and the second largest container terminals of India? And the strategic location of this port, it is located very close to the east-west international sea route on this Coromandel coast, and it is located in the Gulf of Mannar, that is the south of the Sri Lanka, and in west it has the and it is the only port in South India to provide a direct weekly container service to the United States. See, remember, it is the only port in South India, not in India, in South India, to provide a direct weekly container service to the United States. So this port will provide the direct container service to the United States. So the container services do not stop over in any of the places. It will directly go to the United States port. So these are some basic details about the VO Chidambaran port, which is one of the major port of India. Now moving to our second topic, that is the National Film Awards. So why we are discussing about this now? So 71st National Film Awards have been announced and you can see the winners of this National Film Awards, 71st National Film Awards, which are picked the winners from 332 feature film entries for the year 2023. So the best film award goes to the 12th fail in Hindi and the best actor male, that is the Shah Rukh Khan for Jawan and the Vikrant Massey for the 12th fail also. And the best female actor goes to the Rani Mukherjee for the movie Mrs. Chatterjee versus Norway. And the best film on the national values goes to the Sam Bahadur. Best direction goes to the Kerala Story. The best documentary, that is the God, Vulture and the Human. Best editing goes to the Pookalam of the Malayalam movie. And the best short film goes to the Git the Scavenger. And best screenplay goes to Telugu movie Baby. Tamil movie Parking, and the Hindi movie Sirf Ek Bhanda Kafi Hai. And the best children's film goes for the Marathi movie, that is the Nal 2, and the best production design goes to the Malayalam movie 2018 Everyone is a Hero. And the best music direction goes to G.V. Prakash Kumar and the Harshvardhan Rameshwar for Animal and the Bhati movie. And the best choreography goes to Rocky Aur Rani Ki Prem Kahani Hindi movie. So you don't need to remember all these things. Just remember the best film, best male actor, and the best female actor, and some more important things. Now we're not going into the details of all the winners. Now we'll go for the basics. That is, what is this National Film Awards? So these National Film Awards are established in the year 1954. For what? To acknowledge and celebrate the best of this Indian cinema. See, it is administered by the Directorate of Film Festivals from 1973 to 2020. So, the National Film Awards are administered by the Directorate of Film Festivals from 1973 to 2020, along with the Indian Film Festival of India and the Indian Panorama. And from 2021, these awards are presented and administered by the National Film Development Corporation, which is an organization in the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. So these awards are given under three categories, that is the feature film, non-feature film, and the best writing on cinema. And the winners will get a medallion along with the certificate and the cash prize also. So, what is the selection criteria for these films? See, the central government will appoint a national panel to select the winners of this National Film Awards. And here the juries are appointed by the National Film Development Corporation, which is a organization or the corporation under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. And the rules for the selection criteria are given under the National Film Award regulations. And one is the most important and the direct requirement is that the director should be from the Indian national only. These awards are presented by the President of India. So these are the some basic details you have to know about the National Film Awards. Moving to a third topic, that is the Human Rights Watch. So why we are discussing this? See, we have been witnessing the starvation, man-made starvation in Gaza, right? Or the humanitarian crisis in this Gaza. So regarding that, to inspect those Gaza humanitarian aid, a visit by the US President Donald Trump's West Asia envoy. West Asia envoy, that is Steve Witkoff, is going to visit this Gaza Strip regarding the humanitarian conditions there. So this visit is coincided with the report from the global advocacy group, which is the Human Rights Watch. So this visit is coincided with the report from this Human Rights Watch. This report accused Israeli forces of presiding over regular bloodbaths around the US-backed centers, which have become magnets for criticism since their inception in the late May. See, there is this humanitarian condition is going on, right? And these are presided by the and these are inspected by the US backed centers. And those centers are witnessing, or those centers are turning into the regular bloodbaths. How? See, the persons are going to are in expectation of receiving the food from this humanitarian aid or the food centers. And there what the Israel is doing, the persons who will come there for this for receiving this food, they are bombing those areas. So that's how they are turning their humanitarian food centers into the regular blood baths. These words were said by the Human Rights Watch in its recent report. So now see, what is this Human Rights Watch? So it is an international NGO. This is the non-governmental organization and the non-profit organization. So what it will do, it will conduct research and the advocacy on the human rights all over the world. So initially it was established as the Helsinki Watch in the year 1978 to look into the effects of this Helsinki Accord. So then it was only mandated to investigate the human rights violations or the rights conditions in the Eastern Europe and the Soviet Union only. And in the year 1981, there were many watches, these global watches were established in Africa, Asia and the Middle East. And in the year 1988, that's how it became the global watch for this human rights. And it is headquartered in New York, and this Human Rights Watch will look into the issues of war crimes, crimes against humanity, child labor, torture, human trafficking, women's and the LGBTQ plus rights also. So it will look into the rights or the violation of any human rights under these areas, and it will make reports. It will also suggest measures to deal with this human rights violation. So these are, remember, it is an international NGO. It is not attracted or not attached to one government. So moving to a fourth topic, that is the UN human rights. So this also follows the same third topic. Why we are discussing means Gaza situation, and the United Nations human rights has said that there are more than 1300 deaths, or the Israel forces have killed more than 1300 Gazans in those humanitarian and those US backed food distribution points only, where the US backed food distribution plants. So now see what is this UN human rights. So it is also known as the Office of the High Commissioner for the Human Rights, and it is the leading United Nations entity on the human rights. It will deal into the aspects of these human rights violations. It will provide the measures, and it will analyze what is happening around the world regarding the violations of these human rights, and it will also provide a roadmap for the countries what to do next. So this was established following this June 1993 World Conference on Human Rights, where there was adapted this declaration, that is the Vienna Declaration and Program of Action, which deals with the human rights. And following this declaration, through a United Nations General Assembly, it was formed in the month of December, the same year 1993, as the UN Rights Office. It is a department of the United Nations Secretariat. So its headquarters, it is located in Geneva, Switzerland, as well as in the New York, USA. So this United Nations Rights Office is the ex officio member of the committee of this United Nations Development Group. It is the ex officio member of this United Nations Development Group, and this is headed by the High Commissioner, who is equivalent to the rank of Under Secretary General. These United Nations Human Rights Watch, and these United Nations Rights Office, UN Rights Office, will deal with the rights mandated in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Universal Declaration of Human Rights 1948. So these are the basic differences. You have to understand what is this Human Rights Watch and the United Nations Human Rights Office. That is the Office of the High Commissioner for the Human Rights. Now moving to a final topic, that is the South Africa. So we are dealing with the African continent countries. First come from the Southern Africa, that is the South Africa. You can see this. South Africa is situated here, and it is the southernmost country in African continent. And it has three capitals. Its executive capital is the Pretoria, its legislative capital is the Cape Town, and its judicial capital is the Bloemfontein. And its largest city is the Johannesburg, followed by Durban. See, coming to the official languages, it has no one language as its official language. It has 12 languages as official language. And you can see its border countries. Those are the Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and also here it is Eswatini. And this Lesotho is fully enclosed by the South Africa. So this is an enclaved country. So in the world, there are only three enclaved countries. That means the country which is surrounded or only enclosed by one country. One is Lesotho, one is Vatican City, and San Marino. So go and see what are these enclave countries and what is this Vatican City and San Marino is surrounded by which countries. This Lesotho is surrounded or enclosed by the South Africa. What about this Vatican City and San Marino are also enclaved countries. Now see which countries these are surrounded or enclosed by. Now coming to the rivers of this South Africa. See, the largest river of the South Africa is the Orange River. This Orange River divides the South Africa by the Namibia. Here it is Orange River. And next comes the Limpopo River. It traverses with the borders of the Botswana and the Zimbabwe. Here you can say this is the Limpopo River, which traverses the borders of this Botswana and the Zimbabwe. And next comes the Molopo River, which divides the South Africa from the Botswana. See, here it is this Molopo River. And there are other tributaries or rivers like Wald River. And coming to the mountains of the South Africa, Drakensberg Mountain, which is situated on an elevation of around 2000 to 3000 meters. So that's all for today. Thank you.